Once there was a little scorpion who lived in a dark and dingy cave. Over time, finding food to eat became harder and harder for the little scorpion. So one day he set out for the woods in search of food. And so he wandered around for days, exploring the floor of the undergrowth, but still no sign of food could be found anywhere that he looked. Desperately he walked and walked, searching until he came across a river. And saw delicious dragonflies along with other tasty-looking insects buzzing around the other side where he could not reach them. He wished to cross the river and make his new home there. But, since the scorpion couldn't swim, he knew that it wasn't very likely to happen at all. Until he happened to see a frog nearby. The scorpion decided to approach the frog to see if he could get the frog to help him out. "Dear Mr. Frog, you look so strong and handsome today, can I ask you a favor?" "Thank you, Scorpion," said the frog. "What can I do for you?" The scorpion said, "I'm starving to death here. I want to go to the other side of the river. I've been walking for miles and haven't seen any food for days, but I've seen plenty of delicious-looking dragonflies and other insects buzzing around on the other side of the river. And so I want you to carry me over there because there's an abundance of food to catch and eat." The frog replied, "Do you think I'm a fool? I mean, I would have, but you see I don't trust scorpions. How will I know you're not going to sting me?" The scorpion said, "No, not all of us scorpions are really all that bad, besides, if I sting you, we'll both surely drown, for I cannot swim." The frog replied, "Scorpions sometimes kill and eat us frogs. What's to stop you from killing me as soon as I let you get close enough?" The scorpion replied, "That's true, but if I kill you, yes I would eat today, but with no other way to cross the river, I would only end up starving to death in a matter of days from now." The frog asked, "And what's to stop you from killing me as soon as I have taken you across to the other side of the river, where you will have no further use of me?" The scorpion said, "Well, that wouldn't be a very fair thing to do now, would it? You see, by taking me across the river, you will have given me a new chance in life. How could I possibly rob you of yours after that?" Convinced by this rather rational argument, the altruistic frog decided to carry the scorpion across the river on his back. "Okay, I'll take you, get on," the frog said. Happy and excited, the scorpion eagerly climbed onto the back of the frog. The scorpion's sharp little claws dug into the soft body of the frog. Their journey to the other side of the river was about to begin. And so the frog leapt into the water. Suddenly an uneasy feeling came over the frog, feeling the need for a little more reassurance. The friendly frog asked, "You promise not to sting me, right?" "Of course I won't. We'll both die if I do." "That wouldn't be very smart of me now, would it?" replied the scorpion. And with that the frog breathed out a deep sigh of relief and they continued off on their journey together. The frog swam through the murky water as fast as he could. With each powerful click he propelled through the water, all the while the frog did his best to keep the little scorpion above the surface. But as the frog kicked his way through the water, the scorpion began to become more and more agitated. As they neared the middle of the river, without warning, a large goose made a splash as it flew off from the surface of the water and startled the little scorpion. The frog suddenly felt a sharp sting and began to feel weak. He felt himself beginning to go numb, and started to sink. The scorpion had stung him and injected its deadly venom, which was now coursing its way through the frog's veins. While he was drowning, the frog cried out to the scorpion, "But why? Now we're both doomed to drown." With a heavy heart, the scorpion replied, "I'm so sorry. I couldn't help myself, it's in my nature."
Stories like this one, along with all the others that we'll be showing on our channel from time to time, are intended to get you to think about the way we live our lives. Brendan Lee, creator and founder of Sensual Living, is a sex and relationship coach. In one of his coaching sessions, he had a male client, aged 34, who was an executive working at a well-known bank in Australia. This man contacted Brendan wanting help to get his ex-wife back, even though she had, get ready for it, cheated on him with many other men behind his back for years. And if that wasn't enough, she took half his stuff in the divorce. The client told Brendan that he still loves her anyway and he wants children with her. He said that he knows she still loves him too, because whenever she's in trouble she always comes to him for help. However, that being said, he still had some serious doubts about his decision. Because he didn't want her to break his heart by her ending up cheating on him again. She had made it clear to him in the past that she enjoyed having sex with other men and could see no reason to stop. Hearing all this, Brendan made an appointment with the guy to come see him. The client was rather punctual and well put together, and they started their one-on-one coaching session. Brendan began the session by telling him the famous fable of the scorpion and the frog. Brendan explained to his client that even though he personally didn't have any issues with the idea of someone wanting to connect and have sex with more than one partner at a time, cheating is never acceptable. And that the best idea in this case would be to forget this idea and move on. Because if this woman dishonestly cheated on him like that time and time again in the past, she in all probability would be likely to continue to do it in the future, as long as the right circumstances present themselves. The poor guy may well have had a bad experience with his ex-wife, but thinking about the story of the scorpion and the frog, his face lit up and his eyes opened wide. It was as if the skies had opened up before his eyes. Months later, Brendan received an email from him.
Hello Brendan, just wanted to send you an email to tell you that thanks to all your help and good advice, I met a beautiful woman and we are very happy together. Many thanks, my dear friend. I'll tell you the details later.
Brendan says, if someone is in the habit of hurting you and later on they apologize and promise to do better, sure you can make the decision to give them another chance. But, next time, it might be worse, or in some extreme cases it may even become fatal. All of us have been a scorpion or a frog at some point or another. If you're a scorpion, it's because you have a lack of self-control and self-worth. If you're the frog, it's because you have a tendency of helping others that hurt you even though you know you're putting yourself at great risk of being hurt or betrayed. If we know that we are dealing with a scorpion in the first place, and yet still choose to needlessly take a chance on them and we end up worse off from it in the long run, then being ruthlessly honest with ourselves, we are not without blame. This is because we are 100% responsible for the outcome of our decisions. Do you know why we betray ourselves? It's due to a lack of self-worth. Do you know why you betray others? It's because you don't value them enough. If you don't value others in your life, it's because you don't value yourself. Thank you for commenting, liking and subscribing. If you have any ideas of what topics you'd like us to cover on our channel, please feel free to message us. And remember to click the bell icon to get notified directly for our latest videos about sex, love and so much more. Thanks for watching and don't forget to check out our website, the link is in the description below.
Well, this sucks. Come on Mr. Frog, if you take me to the other side of the river, I'll give you a hand job. The frog replied, Scorpion, you've got yourself a deal. That hand job's going to be amazing. Wait. What was I thinking? Scorpions don't even have hands. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding, I was only faking it. That's one less scorpion to have to worry about.